Alright. PS1 try. This is game number 290. We are going to be playing Ring of Sias. Sias. It's going to be a Japanese game. Some sort of sound novel adventure game. And I, of course, forgot. Sias, says Cole. Oh, and of course, okay, it's actually going to be a few minutes until I start because I didn't unpackage the game from its jewel case. It's got a lot of shrink wrap on there, and it takes some time to sort of unpack the game from a shrink wrap. You know, it's really compressed into shrink wrap, and you really gotta decompress, sort of unzip it. You know, as one does with new games. Spanish for yes ass. Fortunately, there's only one trailing S in CS. Everyone's having a wonderful Tuesday? Monday. It is Tuesday. Cool. TGIT. We're nearly Wednesday. 10 p.m. streams are so early compared to what I'm used to. And so being an adventure game is possible, and in fact, I think very likely. We will work our way into a pretty early defeat here. On account of I don't really speak Japanese. And all my choices are going to be in Japanese. But luckily, last one of these we played. It's pretty cool. God yelled at us, and then we got a game over. Just really what you want out of life. What's up, Peppy? I haven't talked to you in I can. Can you hear me? Cool. I hope Cole, can you hear Beppy? Cole's not in voice. We'll have to actually. No, Cole cannot hear Beppy. Okay, actually, yeah. So. We've got a few problems here as this keeps happening. Yeah. Well, I got the audio there, but I still don't think I actually have Discord getting picked up in there. Try talking some more. Yeah. That's gosh darn it. I can hear you. And this is just it's taking all my desktop audio. Did you actually talk again? I'll turn off streamer mode in Discord. It did not take care of it. Stop. Okay. Actually here. We'll audio input capture. Oh, but I don't want device. Well, we're going to keep watching this nice looping thing. We can learn about how this game works while I try to make it so we can hear Peppy. This might do it. He has no voice and he must scream. Alright, try saying something now.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Okay, that definitely picked it up, and that might have been super loud. Let me try to get some volumes. It's working. Cool. Talk more.
Testing. It sounds about the same level as your voice on my end. If that.
Okay. Well, I fixed it. Now it's fine. Cool. It's fine. Only 5 minutes into the stream. Yeah. Bring us Sias. Let's go. We got a whole fucking Discord squad in here, really. The OGs.
It's a bump at night. It's the only ones who matter. Let's be honest.
Check. Now there are some very appreciated fair weather PS1 Try fans who show up for the games they like. As always.
That's true. We love everyone who watches.
File. Which file? Do we want to say that? Let's
You gotta do the second one.
Yeah, it's one that's different than the other. Oh, and then it's just like start, load, and data something. Mic check. Ha ha.
It's an underrated Rage song.
Mic check. Ha ha ha.
That's literally the chorus to that song.
All right. What an exciting yeah, forest.
Can you read that? Has there been a murder?
There's definitely been a murder. This was the forest of 1,000 murders. There had only been 999 murders there till tonight.
Well, once you get to 999 murders, I mean...
But you know, its name was the forest of 1,000 murders. It had a reputation to live up to, and 1,000th murder with a poisoned arrow.
Ooh. You can tell it's poison because it's bright green.
Yeah, everything bright green is poisonous.
How's that Mountain Dew?
It's great. If I had more confidence in my aim, I would have poured it into my mouth from a few inches, but probably wouldn't have worked out.
Would have stained that rather dapper-looking turtleneck.
Well, thank you. It's fucking freezing. It's actually warmer than it has been, like, in a few weeks today, but...
They're trying to tell us that global warming exists.
Easy there, PewDiePie.
It's like, hey, did you go outside?
Did you? It's you're pale.
Oh no, I am extremely pale. I take my vitamin D pills every morning.
Yeah. Hey, this actually is about a forest. The last sentence mentions this forest. There is something in this forest. Is what all that says.
Probably a murder.
Yeah, the 1,000th murder. The forest of 1,000 murders. Oh, we finally have a choice.
Is
the what?
I was just about to make a really, really bad joke.
Oh. Well, here. We'll pretend you did. Oh. Colin, that's in poor taste. There we go.
It wasn't in poor taste. It was just dumb. And it wasn't as important as the first choice in the game.
Well, we made our choice. It made a sound effect that didn't sound that bad.
I like the little page-turning animation.
I like it when it's like a spinning ring. And now some music's come in. We're still waiting on Google Glass to deliver on those promises. We can look at text and it will translate for us. Oh my god, it's the loading screen ring.
Oh wow, it's a much higher definition ring.
Hmm. Now these eyes keep showing up. They're even on like the cover of the game. I wonder
It's
whose eyes they are.
creepy eyes. Well, these are more animal eyes. The cover's got kind of human eyes.
Suppose I misremembered the cover. Oh yeah. Huh. Well, maybe the human.
The cover
is
reminds
the
me
animal.
of, and this is a deep cut. Do you remember a young adult book series from the early 2000s called Everworld?
I do not.
So it was penned by the same, or it was ghostwritten at least. It was under the same pen name as the author of Animorphs. And each cover had like
K.A. Applegate?
Absolutely, K.A. Applegate.
I know that
Glad
name.
you know. But the cover of all those books had this like half faded in, like fantastical human face. It looked just like the cover of the.
Is K.A. Applegate one person?
So as far as I can tell, she is a real author who exists, and she wrote about half of the Animorphs book.
Okay. I just know like the author that gets credited for like writing the Expanse novels. It's like a pen name, and it's like one person's name, but it is two people. There's like a writing team.
Yeah. I put the first 3 of those Expanse books on my Christmas list, so it's very likely I'll be getting them from a family member.
Or a friend.
Or a friend.
Though, having said the first part, I think your smart friends will recognize that and not double up. Unfortunately, who are we kidding? You don't have any smart friends.
I don't. I just got you guys.
Yeah. Your brother's not getting you shit. Yeah. Cole says this game's going to be kind of boring. It already is. If I knew what was happening, this might be an interesting story. You know, I saw a plot synopsis that was, I mean, not the worst thing.
I'm a sucker for a murder mystery.
Yeah, like there's some potions here, you know, some vials on the table.
I'll watch some Murder She Wrote. I'll read some, and then there were none.
Did you hang out at this table with 3 bongs on it?
I think those are tobacco water pipes.
Oh.
If you say that word too loudly, they'll ask you to leave the alchemy store.
It's not true in Oregon anymore. You can say bong here now. I gotta say, I like the music in this game. It's pretty.
I'm grooving out. I'm gonna look up some Beppy facts.
Please do.
It's very hard to find info about this game.
It is, yeah. It's like Japanese only, you know, of a weird genre. You know, it's basically a choose your own adventure book with some pictures and music. I am at this point, yeah, absolutely positive this game is going to have no like action setting. So again, they're talking about a forest.
This game came out on April 12th, 1996.
Just like Ellen.
You know, that might not be far off.
The year might be there. I don't know. And as for the year's right, the day I got like a 1 in 365 chance.
1 year off. Ellen came out, through her sitcom.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the episode. I know it's a big deal in your community.
Comedy fans,
that episode, that episode aired in April.
Monumental sitcom, April. Wow, so I got the month right, actually.
Got the month right, yeah. That's such a good episode. Ellen's so great.
Her sitcom, the way she's like rehabilitating war criminal presidents and stuff. Their public image.
What a
More
Solid
choices.
gal.
More choices. Sono toki terasu or torasu. Torasu?
The day before this game came out, the Israeli government launched the Operation Grapes of Wrath, consisting of massive attacks on Lebanon in retaliation for prior terrorist attacks, and sparked off a violent series of retaliation.
Cool.
So that'd be a fun fact. Also in April of 1996 was the Port Arthur Massacre in Tasmania, Australia.
Oh, like the thing where that caused them to have gun control?
Mm-hmm. Still 22 years, we're still waiting on that here.
We haven't had any massacres in any ports. Maybe that's what it takes.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe more like the last mass shooting at like a fishery. Doesn't happen.
Fishmongers love their jobs, I guess.
Love their jobs, and they just throw a net on a gunman.
All the fishmongers I've met have been real nice people.
I haven't really talked to very many fishmongers.
Fishmongers tend to keep their violence domestic, you know.
Just like Twitch streamer.
Oh man.
Not me, thankfully.
No, this is one of the good streams.
Don't even have anyone to yell at.
That's our motto. PS1 try.
Yeah.
One of the good ones.
Yeah. Well, I try to be at least. I don't know. I have some guests on my stream sometimes who take it a little far.
Oh yeah, remember that time that cop showed up?
Oh, don't even talk about that. I was just thinking about my friend Colin.
Oh. I don't know. I like that guy. I think he's pretty funny.
I heard he voted for a Republican once.
You know, it was a confusing time. We were all 17-1.
I wasn't. I think I'm already pretty violent, like towards my body on stream.
Oh yeah, with all that poison you're swigging.
3,000 Lidora. Damn it. I don't want to pick this one, right? I don't know what Lidora. What that means.
Lidora.
There's 3,000 of them.
Does that mean you do 2,000 more murders in that forest?
Let's hope so. We're picking it.
Anyway, about 10 minutes ago, I was going to ask if the House of 1,000 Corpses is located conveniently within the Forest of 1,000.
It would be nice, but then it wouldn't really be a forest, because if they're all in the house, then what does the forest have to do with it other than it's a forest where the house is? I think at that point you're literally not seeing the forests for the corpses.
Oh yeah, you can't see the murders through the corpses.
Yeah.
But what if you do the murders in the forest, then take the bodies to the house?
That's dumb. You do murders in a forest, so you don't have to take the bodies anywhere.
That's true. That's why you moved back to the Pacific Northwest, right?
Oh yeah, it's all fucking forests now. Yeah.
Basically, living Alan Wake up there.
Oh, in Alan Wake instead of GTA, yeah.
Ooh, a GTA in a Pac Northwest
area. Cool. GTA Portland. Jesus fuck.
Imagine the mustaches you could equip. Different fixies, unicycles. I need that shit you pedal.
Hey, if you need a unicycle, I still have one. Just come over and you can ride it.
Okay.
It is. It's hanging up it's in my parents' garage. But
I will take you up on that promise.
Yeah, do you know how to ride a unicycle?
I do not.
Me either. I bought one. I tried. I could kind of get going a little bit with like a wall next to me, but it's tough.
If it's anything like a pogo stick, I will fail.
Probably harder. Probably a lot harder than a pogo stick. But I think it uses the same sort of balance of like keeping your weight centered over a point lest you fall on your face or your butt.
Dog, I can barely stand on one foot.
That like is a one sense of balance. Like ask me to walk when it's slippery. I might have a hard time, but
oh, that penguin shuffle. I've been doing that the past couple weeks. It's very icy.
I thankfully have not.
Cubine says they're surprised I still have a foot. Me too.
I'm not.
I had that deep vein thrombosis for a while, and then I was allergic to the blood thinner medication.
I heard about the last year. You're answering medical textbooks now.
My walking science project.
I have to know your name to graduate med school.
It's like in The Good Place. I think it was The Good Place. Maybe it was some other show. Your boys a question on the bar exam.
Yeah, I remember that line. I can't remember what it is. It sounds like something. Jason Mendoza wouldn't know what the bar exam is.
That's true.
Boys a question. Oh fucking hey! This is really gonna bug me.
I know. I just saw it. Community.
So did I. No, I haven't watched any Community in a long time.
I'll Google it since I'm.
Sunny?
I guess I kind of
no.
Oh, it was Jean Ralphio.
Okay, yeah. Parks and Rec, yeah. You mean Sonic the Hedgehog, yeah.
And his veiny legs.
His veiny, muscular. I love it. Especially, are you talking about, I like the one on the top of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, that one I like. Yeah.
That one. There's some muscly, very muscly legs.
Is very hard to do for a talented artist. Yeah. So I just hope we get to see his feet.
Jesus. The cast for that Sonic movie is coming along. Fucking
got a good cast. I mean,
Jim Carrey is fucking. But what are you doing? Okay. Let's pick option 2. Some music is picked up here. I just grunted. Or someone grunted. Background's all black. Oh, I'm back in the forest.
How are they in the forest now?
There's a Chinese myth dragon flying by, and it's a creature holding down all these Pokemon.
You know, Chinese myth dragons and Pokemon.
There's more eyes. Like fucking Guess Who's greatest hits over here.
That's a good pull. I can't name a single other Guess Who song.
Me, I don't think I even would have known that was the Guess Who if not for that song becoming mentioned in Superbad.
Hey, it's Jimmy's brother.
They have a beautiful voice.
Welcome to PS1 Try, where Colin and Grant just talk about their favorite comedy while skipping over Japanese text.
That is like a good 20 of these games.
50% of our friendship, yeah.
So yeah, just all the time we spend together just doing that. Talking over movies we claim to love.
It is good to hear your voice. It's been a while.
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang. More like, shut up, I love this part. He says that's an expensive gun. I watched that movie.
It's that time of year.
Earlier this month, yeah. Sometime I was getting in the Christmas spirit.
Fuck those Die Hard goons. It's all about kiss, kiss, bang, bang.
KK. Well, I mean, every Edgar Wright movie, I think, really.
Or Scott. What's it? Scott Black? Shane Black? Shane Black.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim.
Every Scott Pilgrim movie. Man, fucking. Well, Lethal Weapons are Christmas movies, right?
Lethal Weapons are both. They're better movies than Die Hard, and they're better Christmas movies than Die Hard.
3 choices this time. You got a favorite number between 1, 2, and 3? This probably sounds important.
I always go 2.
Got on. Someone's name is Garan. It's almost my name.
Cuban says I'm like a leper without a colony. That's both hilarious and beautiful. Thank
you. Like the legend of the phoenix.
The legend of the penis.
I said phoenix.
Nope, it's penis.
Oh, hard up all night. Some good fun. Up all night for big fun. Up all night to get Beppy.
Yeah.
I said get Beppy. I didn't mean get it like that. I didn't mean get got.
This is a silly stream that we do. I love it.
It's nice. Nice to not be doing it alone again too.
I'm glad it's back in any form.
Yeah. I should have been doing it. Oh, long choice this time. Ooh, definitely a trail off.
You know, it's a serious choice when they bring in the Roman numerals.
I think they've all had Roman numerals. Oh, wait. Actually, I might be able to turn to Miseta or Mise Nakata. I think either means I see something or I don't see something.
You didn't see nothing, kid.
Or I tell them, like I haven't seen it. Yeah, I'm not snitching.
You ain't seen shit. Don't quote me, boy.
Ooh, it's saved right after I made that choice. Oh. I hit the height control knob on my chair with the heel of my foot on accident.
I thought there was like a jump scare in the game or something when I heard that. I was like, oh, it's just a jump scare in real life. It's all good.
Yeah, it was the fall scare. You know, it's like the second time that's happened in like the last 3 days. I need to not sit with my feet on the like spinny parts.
You know what? It's still better than a bat.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't bite and kill me.
Me too.
Yeah. You know? That's
I wish it had happened on but I'm glad he didn't die of rabies.
Yeah. Not yet, sometimes it takes a while to manifest, but I'm pretty sure I didn't get caught. He usually shows up within like a month or so.
So do you have any gist of what's happening?
I don't. When I was like looking at stuff at this game, like I talked to you about like the overall plot thrust. There's a forest. And I keep going back to this forest, and I think one of these people with this person's eyes, then it's like a butterfly person maybe. I think there's some forest spirits here. I think I'm fighting them because I hear like swords clashing and animals shrieking. And I have some similar choices. Go number 2 again.
Number 2's a good one. I believe it was Robert Frost who took the visual novel path less taken.
Again.
That made all the difference.
I mean, does it though? Like, you've played enough video games. I think that's the problem with a lot of these is that it actually doesn't make a difference.
God,
it just looks like it does.
Yeah.
Like, the difference it made is in, like, 2 out of the next 7 scenes will have, like, a different character in them.
Yeah.
And that's actually all the difference it makes.
With the Life is Strange. I want to love those games even more, but the choices don't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, there's only one choice that matters.
Yeah, and it's at the very end of the game.
And it's, unbearably easy.
It's not even a choice, yeah.
Yeah. Like, when it came up, I, like, paused for a second just to think about, like, just to hate the kind of people who would make the choice that I didn't make.
Yeah, and then you look at the stats at the end, and it's like a 50-50, and you're like, what the hell? Look, PS1 try, we stand Chloe, okay?
Yeah.
That is our official stance.
It is. 1000%.
We just lost the rest of our viewers by talking about Life is Strange. I think that game was well liked enough.
It really was. I need to get 2. It was fucking on sale a minute ago. I forgot to get it on the last sale. I'll probably get it on winter sale.
I did the same thing. It was on sale, and I put it in my cart, and then I didn't buy it, and now it's no longer on sale. Yeah. I love being a dumbass.
And the thing is, even if I had bought it, I probably wouldn't have, like, played that first chapter. And, I kind of don't want to play any of the chapters until they're all out. Even though I usually just played 1 chapter at a time anyway.
Yeah, let me just play a David Cage game.
Actually, I will say, I got PlayStation Now for a free trial for a week again.
Yeah.
And I just because I wanted to play Catherine, really.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and I wanted to have, like, a few fighting games available to, like, play on the couch with my roommates. And it has a few of them. Until someone's gonna fucking spring and buy Soul Calibur or Smash Ultimate. But I was like, oh, I could play fucking Heavy Rain now that I actually have access to a PS4 controller with the motion control stuff. But everyone's like, don't play Heavy Rain, it's bad. I know it's bad, but I like bad things, and I like fucking, like, dumb, talky, bad games. And I'm pretty sure that Heavy Rain...
story games, yeah.
And I even know how Heavy Rain ends. It was like, like a dumb twist that I like.
Yeah, I know who the killer is too, yeah. But I mean...
Yeah, and I'm not going to talk about it on my stream.
You know how I feel about spoilers. If a spoiler can ruin a story, it wasn't a good story to be.
I recognize some people don't feel that way, and...
They're wrong.
They're wrong, but I don't want to alienate them so far by...
Yeah. No, me too. That's why I'm not just blabbering spoilers.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad that we did start talking about David Cage. It got Cole active in chat again. I knew that would get him, bring him back here.
If you have opinions about David Cage, direct them at CS Cosmo on Twitter.
Or at PS1Try on Twitter. If David Cage himself wants to follow at PS1Try on Twitter, I'd retweet some of his stuff.
Oh, that's right. My brother has a Heavy Rain t-shirt that I bought.
I'll say, who I'd really like to follow me on Twitter. Be Hideo Kojima.
Ooh.
Yoko Taro. And that's it. Give me the Sony weirdos. That's all I care about.
Give me the 2 good game designers.
Yeah. Give me the 2 game designers who would rather be making movies.
And I need to finish the horny robot game.
I need to play the horny robot game. I need to play all the horny robot games. And then didn't he also have like the horny like dragon game or whatever? Like Drakengard, something like that. Is that a Yoko Taro game?
I think he was involved. I don't know if he was a project lead on those, but I will soon be corrected by the people much smarter than me.
I bet Cole knows if Yoko Taro. Cole and Hubert probably both know how involved Yoko Taro was in Drakengard. Drakengard was involved in Draken. Good job, Hubert.
Thanks.
Just as I'm saying, Hubert knows what's up. Drinking Goat is actually related to me. I'm sure it is, because he's a fucking... doing a raid. Final Fantasy 20 or whatever, 14.
Final Fantasy 14 is slowly taking away all of my friends.
I quit that game. For you.
Good for you.
I did it for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. That game and alcohol. Quit both those for you.
Which one was harder?
Honestly, they were both easy.
Yeah.
I got bored of both of them.
Well, I appreciate the solidarity nonetheless.
I will say, I've purchased some wine and I keep it in my fridge because it deglazes a pan real fucking well. I like
very domestic of you.
If I'm caramelizing onions, I really like sake to deglaze the pan instead of like vinegar or water or beer.
I still
all I did was the gold saucer
just to cook meat with.
For sure, yeah. And beer's another one too. The problem is you can't fucking buy just like, or you can like in like a lot of grocery stores you can't just buy like one 12-ounce can of Budweiser or something.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to buy like. Actually, I guess I should just buy like 6 of them and just give 5 of them to my roommates.
Well, you got roommates, yeah. I'm all about that O'Doul's now, son.
O'Doul, yeah, you taste like beer.
Getting faded off those ODs.
So like, why would you want to? Yeah, I mean, you can get O'Dweed now. Like that CBD weed is just a thing. That Chappelle sketch is real.
The thing is, CBD weed, I mean, that still does something. Whereas O'Doul's is just beer flavored wine.
I mean, it's honestly, there's THC weed now that is like, or like CBD weed that is like real low in THC. And you would have to like smoke a shit ton of it to get like any kind of weed. And otherwise it just, is calming like CBD is or whatever. But just to say, probably not actually that all, but enough. We got a pretty fantastic.
I think for the equivalent I'm looking for, it would be like a non-nicotine, non-CBD, just plain old vape oil made to look flavored like weed.
Sure, because I don't know, like, so O'Doul's isn't like an alcohol removed thing. It's just like.
Yeah, it's just
made from scratch to taste like it.
It's brewed like normal beer, and then it's boiled, so all the alcohol boils, which sounds gross, boiling beer.
Yeah,
but
it's a beer reduction. That's what you're drinking.
Yeah, you could still get buzzed off O'Doul's if you drank about 80 of them in 30 minutes.
It's the most one where you're like, you'd have to drink it.
But at that point,
it's as alcoholic as like kombucha.
Yeah, there's probably more in kombucha, honestly.
Actually, I heard you hear sometimes about like
you
hear sometimes about people like they'll have an ankle monitor or something that like checks for booze and they'll fail it and they'll blame kombucha or something. They were like, oh, well, you would have had to really even slam kombucha. It's like, oh, well, if you had an ankle monitor and you were trying to still get drunk, maybe you would really slam kombucha.
Yeah,
Though
never
I think
underestimate the stupidity of anybody.
At the same time, I think anyone whose drinking is such that they have been made by the court to wear a thing that measures it would have a particularly hard time getting drunk on kombucha.
That's also true.
Also, now there's like witches and alchemical circles, maybe?
Seeing some satanic imagery.
Hearing some chanting. And still that loading screen ring or a little book. I don't know why it's one thing or the other sometimes. I think if the speaker's going to change, it's the book. And if it's not, it'll be the ring.
The only other facts I can find about this game that we haven't already stated is that it is not analog compatible and it takes up 1 block on your memory card.
I don't know why you would want to use analog sticks for this game.
Well, even if you wanted to, you couldn't. tough titties.
I mean, frankly,
also
you could
no vibration.
You could finish this game without ever pressing an arrow key, probably. I don't know if you'd beat it. Depending on what beating me, if there's a bunch of different endings, isn't any ending beating it?
I would argue yes.
You have to get the good ending.
How I technically beat Persona 3, even though I got the worst ending that cuts off like the last 4 months.
But you beat it. I mean, yeah. You said the end and not game over, probably, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's an ending, yeah. I mean, though, even like Far Cry 4, where you can just wait in the starting room for like 10 minutes, and then gives you an end.
Yeah.
I'd say that counts.
I think the fun thing about that is that, like, in a way,
that
hasn't
Far Cry.
Sure, but hasn't everyone who's gotten that ending then? Don't they all share the world record speed run for that game? If you can't do anything to accelerate it, yeah. I bet you probably can. I bet you can, like, you know, walk around in such a way that changes the guy's pathing to make him come back sooner. Who fucking knows with these people, you know? There's only one game PS1 try speed runs, and that's Street Skater.
Street Skater.
I have the second place time on that. Out of the 4 people who have ever submitted the time for that.
Hey, that's top 50%, man.
That is. And you know what? No one has ever submitted an entire run of that game where they don't crash or skateboard. So
it's improvable.
Yeah. Actually, wait. I think mine I didn't crash. The guy who did it, the guy who has the record,
so basically
did it really fucking well.
Best.
Basically, I'm the best gamer in the world.
That's what I'm hearing. You're the best gamer.
Yeah, no, I'm really sorry. Like, much love and respect to Sonic Fox, but I think I'm the real esports athlete of the year.
I would have to agree, 100%. I mean, I voted for you. I mean, I'm not on the judge commission.
Well, I think you have to just keep trying to, you know, vote, and then eventually they'll appreciate your persistence and let you win. Right? It's like
that's what the Republicans do, right?
Yeah, that's what gamers do. You're grinding, man.
That's true. Rise and grind, gamers.
RNG.
Ooh, no RNG. We hate RNG.
That's rise and grind. It's RNG.
Yeah, but it's also a random number generator. We don't like those. This game could use some RNG.
Could use something other than whatever. It might be great. This could be a really good story. I just don't know. I mean, I think if it was a really good story, they would have just put it in a book.
Yeah. Ooh, I would totally read a Life is Strange novelization. It'd be steamy. There's tons of fanfic out there.
Read a nice Firewatch book. Yeah. Yahari something. Dana. Option 2. I wonder if this is going to be... I was thinking earlier this might be the kind of game where we might be able to make a bad choice early and die, and then we saw like the big flow chart full of all the different paths and routes and endings we could have gotten.
Yeah.
Like in something we played not too long ago, but that'd be a thing where, like, no matter what, you see the whole game, and the ending's going to be different based on what you've chosen. We'll see. I keep accidentally hitting X sometimes, and it just, like, reviews what was said earlier. There's a tiger in the church.
Some neon demon crap.
Game 219 must be seen. What was the 219th game I played? I don't have them listed in that order anywhere.
It is the 290th or 91st.
This is the 290. But I was thinking that something that would rhyme with scene, so I said 219.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What was my game 219? Could this game be speedrunned? I'm sure it could.
Yeah, you just hit the power button.
Yeah. I'm sure, I think that people generally don't speedrun visual novels because, they're just
turbo
button
controller.
Yeah, but even then, like, they're just button mashing, and then, for every time it's a choice, you choose whichever choice has just fewer dialogue screens corresponding to it. Yeah. Speaking of early endings, this isn't exactly one. I know, that's why I was speaking of early endings.
Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for watching.
Though I do kind of want this to... Oh, you just mean because it's almost midnight. Yeah, oh. But Wario Land. On the Game Boy.
If you go back to bed in Wario Land, it's an early ending.
They steal you and your bed. They're stealing me and my bed, bitch. They're stealing me and my bed.
This girl's drunk.
This is what I ought to do is, game like this. I just, instead of... I were making up a story for this, moving along. To then rap a freestyle song about the story to this beat here.
It's a fly beat.
I don't have the inspiration now. You know what I
mean? Yeah, you can't rush art. You can't force inspiration.
You can't.
You can do everything to change the environment around you to maybe inspire you more, but you can't force inspiration. It's like a boner that way.
You can.
What?
You
can just close your eyes and force a boner? Hold your breath?
Close your eyes and lower your hands a little bit.
It's cheating, though.
I haven't tried it recently. I bet I could work hands-free.
In like a state of meditation, certainly. But at that point, it's not really forcing so much as letting go.
Just allowing it to happen, yeah.
Yeah. Very zen. Boners are very zen.
You can't force growth. You can only let growth. Yeah, that zen gardening shit.
It's like zen and the art of, like, jacking it. Like, I'd read that book. I'd write that book.
Yeah, I'll write the foreword. My foreword will just be, I thought he wanted me to write the fourth again. Fun foreword to your book. And then if you also ask me to write the epilogue, my epilogue will also just be, I thought he wanted me to write the foreskin. Be a nice callback.
It's a full circle. Yeah. Life's a herald.
Just like a foreskin.
Foreskin's a herald.
Yeah.
Wow, this game keeps going for sure.
I would say I bet most people named Harold have foreskin, but that's definitely not true. In fact, the only person named Harold I've ever known personally was Jewish, and so I doubt he was. Though I never asked. He was my landlord, and you really shouldn't ask your landlord about the dick.
Yeah.
If I can leave my viewers with any bit of advice,
if you can take one thing away from PS1 Try,
is to kill your landlord, not to ask them about their dick.
Well, I can tell you a story.
Please do.
Let's see. Okay, so how familiar are you with Animorphs?
I read some of the books when I was like in middle or early high school, and basically nothing since then. I've seen some episodes of the TV show. I remember Tobias.
TV show's garbage.
I remember Tobias could turn into a hawk, and that's about it for the Animorphs.
Tobias was a hawk.
Yeah, they go to Safeway sometimes. I think the Safeway grocery store is mentioned in the books.
Yeah, yeah. It was actually. I remember that as a kid, I had to ask my parents what Safeway was because I had never
I
lived where there was a Safeway.
I didn't. There was a Safeway near me, but I didn't know it was a chain. So I was like, "Am I going to see the Animorphs?" I never did.
Oh, well, maybe you did, but they were just morphed.
Maybe there's more. Yeah, maybe I did see Tobias that one day. That hawk who alighted upon my wrist and looked deep into my soul and then flew away.
Tobias is a lot of people's faves.
He's the only one I remember, so he must have been cool.
He's the only Nothlit, and a Nothlit is the Andalite word for a morphing being.
I forgot that they're fucking. Yeah, they're fucking aliens or something, right?
The Andalites give them their powers.
Like, no, he couldn't just be like a magic Native American. He had to be a fucking alien. This isn't any Twilight werewolf shit.
No, this is sci-fi, baby. So in book number 19 of Animorphs, called The Departure, it's a Cassie-centric.
Okay, I think I remember her. Did you just spell Cassie just C-A-S-S-I?
C-A-S-S-I-E.
So there is an E. I don't like that.
Yep.
I don't like an E in a Cassie.
She was Jake's crush.
I don't remember Jake at all.
Oh, Jake was like the main dude. He was like the leader of the Animorphs.
Okay.
So Cassie, she was like...
Is that why Less Than Jake is called Jake? Is it because all the other Animorphs were less than Jake?
That's exactly why.
Okay.
They were huge fans of the Animorphs.
I probably, honestly. Fucking ska nerds. Leonard is ska nerd. Leonard, fuck. Leonard is ska nerd. There it is.
Leonard ska nerd. That sounds like someone who might show up on PS1 Try someday.
Sounds like someone who might be hosting PS1 Try someday.
Yeah.
And there was a Real Big Fish PS1 game.
I mean, there's all the Tony Hawks.
Yeah, we played a couple. We played 2 already.
We played 2 Tony Hawks?
No, we played Tony Hawk 2.
Oh, okay.
Fucking Abbott and Costello over here, Jesus.
Yeah.
except I just clearly corrected you instead of letting it go on.
That's alright. I was genuinely confused. I was like unironically like, wait, who's on first? Leonard Scottard. Fuck, that's so dumb.
That really, that's a character you bring on a fucking CBB or something.
Oh, everyone is gonna remember where they were when Leonard Scottard was created. Jesus Christ.
That really upsets me. That really upsets me. If I'm mad at my own pun. It's so terrible.
This guy named Leonard. He really loves the Real Big Fish.
Yeah.
He doesn't even love any deep cuts of ska. Yeah. He's like entry level.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's like the craziest he'll go is like Mustard Plug.
He's like, oh yeah, turn the radio off. Great album. Bucko 9, never heard of him.
Yeah. Hey guys, I think I'm gonna have myself a beer.
Oh, Leonard, you're such a ska nerd.
That's the impression. That's the impression I get.
Oh, fuck off. PS1 Tries back, baby.
Oh yeah. Oh. I haven't laughed in a while. That's true. I've watched TV. I have watched like TV shows. I haven't like laughed like nice and like deep from a person being really funny for a while.
Well, when you're all alone with yourself.
Yeah. With my 3 roommates who aren't funny. That's not fair. One of them's listening right now. I'm kidding.
Funny looking.
All my roommates are way better looking than me.
Don't you hate when all of your friends are like more handsome than you are?
I mean, I have you as a friend, so
Yeah, I know it's an easy out, but
yeah.
man, I can't even find like a story synopsis of this game.
I mean, there's one that I like pasted in Discord.
Yeah, just a little summary. But
that was translated by a machine. It looks like.
or wait, which one's a synopsis and which is a summary? Which one's the longer, more detailed one?
Yeah, well, you're asking the right guy, but I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah, some people who don't know, this game's plot is about that Beatrice, an evil witch that was created from a combination of technology and magic, tried to invade the holy city, Jerusalem, in the first step to conquer the world. But even as she encounters an aggressive resistance, she destroyed it, got some prisoners, and she also succeeded and separated the spirit of the magician Sias from his body. One of the prisoners was Sias' girlfriend Radia, a female warrior that was caught in a trap made by Beatrice. So he decided to go infiltrate inside Beatrice's castle to try to free her and the other hostages. Which, hey, I think I'm there. I'm at a castle, right?
Looks like a castle.
Sias is the hero of the story. He got his spirit separated from his body, and his spirit is sealed in a ring. Probably the ring we keep seeing. The main goal of the game is to defeat Beatrice. Yeah, manufacturer's description is definitely translated. Beatrice Tear Witch Prince turned Sias ring sealed, ringed man hijacking, killing Saundono Berua Dolmensha fantasy witch Beatrice. People take over ringed, expanded options chosen story. Enjoy the story,
he's having a stroke.
While the massive throw the perspective of both the enemy and the ally.
Sounds like if you asked Derek from The Good Place what this game was about.
If I saw Derek from The Good Place, I would just ask to see the wind chimes.
I can work with those.
Yeah.
My favorite Derek quote is like, "Good Bob, I hope we same place again very now."
My favorite Good Place. The most recent episode, Janet's, was so fucking good.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I just rewatched it last night because it was so good.
Yeah, Darcy Carden gets an Emmy for that, right? Like, for sure.
She doesn't. I mean, yeah.
The only reason I think is like, it's an episode that if it was like, say you're an Emmy voter or whatever, and you hadn't seen the show, but you get a tape of that episode. I mean, I think you get that, she's playing every character, but like you wouldn't realize what a fucking good job she's doing.
Yeah.
It's also weird, like that was an episode without most of its cast in it for most of the episode,
Yeah.
And then then the end. Yeah, no, when we're done, I should talk about this more.
Everybody, watch The Good Place. It's on NBC. And it's the best sitcom since Parks and Recreation.
And we're just talking like the first 3 seasons of the show? First 2.5 seasons of the show, it's better than Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec didn't get good really until season 3. I think it was fine. There's some good stuff in season 2. Like the very first one, fucking season 2, episode 1, like when she marries the penguins. Good episode.
And then like a year ago or whatever, that happened in real life. The 2 penguins who raised the baby.
They broke up.
They broke up?
I heard like that's what I heard about like the gay zoo penguins. Like they split. I think it happened in real life before it happened in Parks, just like in a different. I think Parks was just copying that story. I mean, that's what they had, like, a ceremony that a local politician got in trouble for or whatever. I don't know, but it was like definitely a zoo that had gay penguins, and yeah.
I mean, all penguins are a little bit gay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they wear tuxedos. Basically waiters. well known to be the gayest
I mean,
profession.
Burgess Meredith is pretty gay. Danny DeVito's pretty gay.
Oh, I wish. Right? Isn't he just like the best person?
I love Danny DeVito so much.
Like the ideal form in both personality and just, you know, raw sexuality.
It's the ideal male form. Like,
yeah, a little
he just
4'10". I hate how fucking, like, as I lose all my hair, I become more and more normie. Like, I just thought of an Office quote.
9 to 5. Yeah.
I just thought of an Office quote, and I was like, oh, that was really funny when Creed said, you ever notice he only use two things, sexuality and pus? I'm like, it's funny.
I mean, you're
and
watching
also
NBC sitcoms, like...
Yeah. And also, you know what? That's a good point. Like, when a person is said to be oozing something, those are really, like, the only two things that people are said to ooze.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking nice music in this weird game where I make, like, one choice every 5 minutes.
So anyway, Cassie, the Animorph, is a... she's like a pacifist, right? She's like an environmentalist. And she wants to try to end the war against the Yeerks, like, through negotiation, if she can.
Oh, that's right, because there's like two different fucking, like, aliens fighting a war on Earth.
Mm-hmm. And the Yeerks are the bad aliens, and they're little slugs that crawl inside other creatures' brains and control them.
I bet that explains politics.
Right.
And then, yeah, I'm sure it does in fucking Animorphs.
It totally does. I mean, it's like They Live, right? It's like they have... They're, like, not all the humans are aliens, but they have enough in positions of power to do some damage. Yeah. It's the whole silent invasion thing. I mean, it's, you know, body snatchers.
Said they live, but I wish they didn't. Roddy Piper's still alive, right?
No, he died 4 years ago.
4 years ago? I should know. I don't know. Like, I watch old wrestling with my roommates a lot. And it can be real tough. Like, watching, like, the wrestling that I remember, even, like early 2000s WWF, it'll be like, oh, like, it's like a 6-person tag match, and it's like, hey, but those guys are dead. And it's like, they'd all just be, like, 50 or something if they weren't. Yeah, exactly. And, like, and one of the dead ones, like, oh, why am I standing? That's how important this is. Oh, I was going to turn my lights off, but in the middle of a stream. It'll be weird.
It's habit, you know?
Yeah, I'm not. Like, every stream I've done in St. Louis has been with the lights on. Or not in St. Louis. Outside of St. Louis.
I like the closet background. It's very... I like the imagery. There's an open closet, and you're in front of it.
Yeah, actually, I didn't realize it was open. And like behind me. It's kind of a mess. My clothes are not really folded. Embarrassing.
Yeah. Worst thing that can happen is someone sees your pile of dirty clothes and they think you're straight.
Those are clean.
Well, then why are they in a pile? That's way worse.
This takes it's a lot easier to just sort of, you know, set them up there rather than... I can still get to them.
They're still in the closet.
They are. They're out of the way. My room is remarkably clean right now.
So anyway, Cassie makes a deal with this one Yeerk.
Oh, you aren't supposed to do that, Cassie. They're bad.
Well, this Yeerk is like, look, man.
I think this Yeerk crawled in Cassie's brain. After the final 22, wait, what's happening in the story? Please go on, but I think this game is changing. It was English text for a second. After the final 22, so I was wrong. I guess there were like 987 murders. 977 murders.
It's quick maths.
I've been up since like... I've been up since like 8 a.m., okay? Cut me some slack. like like a normal person has been.
Yeah. I've been living like a normal person. Cut me some slack.
I'm going to bed at night and waking up in the morning. Okay, what do you want?
So this Yerk basically says, like, look, in our normal form, when we're not controlling a body, we have no eyes, no mouths, no ears, and we're slugs. We basically just crawl along, but we're intelligent. And they're like, basically, that's like a hellish life. You would do the same if you were like us. And Cassie's like, no, I wouldn't. And the Yerk's like, prove it. Turn into this caterpillar and stay as a caterpillar so you get stuck as a caterpillar, right? And if you do that, I will retire from, the invasion. So basically, it's, Cassie has to give up being a person in exchange for this one Yerk giving up controlling people. Also, wow, this game ended.
It did, yeah.
Sorry.
Some of the Final 22, no. It's it switched to English here at the end. It spelled some things wrong. Got a whole crew for the theme song. Compose, keyboard, violin, bass, and manipulating.
Ooh.
I guess those are like the editors or producers.
Classic Libra,
It was manipulating everything. Sound staff. Take a key, kiddo. Oh, no. Takeaki Kido. How that name would be pronounced, but it looks like it says take a key, kiddo. You're introducing someone to their first 70s swinger party.
As we're all wont to do.
Yeah. Parsley promotion.
Pep.
Another successful one. Yeah, I beat the game.
And for all we know, this is the first documented speedrun as well. So congratulations.
Yeah. World record, world's first.
Up in the charts, yeah.
Very, very possibly. So the first time anyone's beaten this game at all.
Got it in one, yeah.
Tapped it in. Yeah, so this was
If you want to know how Animorphs number 19 ends, you have to tune in next.
Yeah, well, we'll be telling the story of Animorphs 19, especially when we get to Final Fantasy 6. Yeah, we'll just basically we're going to be using Final Fantasy 6 as a metaphor to tell the story of Book 19 of the Animorphs series.
I can tell you the stories of every Animorphs book because it is taking up so much space in my brain, and I may as well put it to use on this stream.
Is there a Book 69?
No, it stopped. Well, if you count all the spin-offs and Megamorphs and Choose Your Own Adventure books,
obviously I do.
There are 69.
Exactly.
But the numbered series ends at 56.
But are there exactly 69 if you count all of them?
I don't think so. There might not even be that many.
I say if there were, if there were 69, that would be amazing. And then K.A. Applegate definitely has to retire.
There are 64 total books.
K.A. Applegate has to write 5 more.
Yeah, I wonder what she's up to. Find out on the next PS1 track.
Turns out she's actually George R.R. Martin.
If that were the case, those books would be much, much better.
Would they?
By which I mean the Game of Thrones books would be much better.
Yeah. All right.